Hey everyone, it's Job. I hope you're doing well. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I wanted to do a little spotlight on one of my new acquisitions in terms of stationery items, and I wanted to showcase this lovely buttery Superior Labor pen roll. And this is an item that I've been wanting for a very long time. I feel like it's a stationary unicorn of mine. I've always wanted one of these beautiful pen rolls just because they are so aesthetically pleasing, and I feel like if you've been around in the stationery community, you would have probably seen these like quite regularly. A lot of people own these, but I never really could justify the price of these pen rolls just because back then when I was starting in my stationery journey, I always thought that $100 would be a little too much to spend on like a pencil case, which this is. If you think about it, it is just a pencil case. But I am, I guess, luckier to have had the chance to purchase this now, and also my priorities and my obsession with stationery has only increased, so it felt more justifiable now. But now that I'm talking about it, it seems a little bit ridiculous, but I think you watching this would understand. But I'm rambling. I wanted to show you a pencil case that I have had for almost 2 or 3 years now. We'll look at this a little bit later so we can compare and contrast, but this is the main star of the show. This is the olive colorway, and it was released with a blue-gray version, and I believe there's also like a yellowy toned version. I bought this off of the Nomado shop based in Belgium. I do have a little bit of regret purchasing it from there because it was a little bit pricey in terms of import taxes, but I still have no regrets because it is such a lovely pen roll. This actually was released during the same time as the Nomado shop and Superior Labor collaboration notebook cover in the A5 size, and they released that in the same colorways as the pen roll. So the notebook is also in this lovely olive green, and there's also like a grayish blue, but I did not get that. I got the pen roll, and it is very beautiful. So as you can see, it comes with a lovely like pebbled leather with this nice and long leather clasp or leather strap. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes for the strap, and then there's just like a belt buckle mechanism so you can tighten it however you please. You can use this pen roll in many different ways. You can have it kind of like a regular, I guess, folded over pen roll. Makes it a little bit more slim and compact, but when I bought this, I thought I would be using it in this configuration. I thought mine would be legit rolled because, you know, this is a pen roll, and when I was starting in my stationery journey, I always saw people use this pen roll, and I've always dreamed of having this pen roll stuffed to the brim and rolling it up like a nice little burrito. So this is another way you can roll it up, and you can see makes a little burrito of leather. Obviously I have it extremely stuffed, so there is some peek through, but it does provide some, I guess, some protection to your pens or whatever contents you have in there. As you can see, this is leather, so it will like stretch and fold, and it does have this beautiful like squeaky quality to it. I'll stop talking, you can probably hear it. And the leather is super supple. I know that there are many variations of this pen roll and many different colorways. I was actually eyeing the natural leather one, just like my other Superior Labor pencil case, but I ended up getting this type of leather, and I would say that this leather is a lot more pliable than this one, and it's not as squeaky. I've seen a lot of unboxings, and a lot of the Superior Labor pen rolls that come in like the natural leather are a little bit more squeaky. I would say this is squeaky but not too squeaky, and it's very pliable. It's also very thin, so it doesn't add too much weight. I was expecting this to be extremely heavy, but it was actually quite lightweight, and I thought it was actually a pretty manageable weight for like an everyday pencil case. So I would recommend using this if you were looking for a lightweight leather pencil case. The main reason why I didn't purchase this first over this pencil case is that I just wanted the ease of a zipper, and have everything that I want at my disposal very easily, because as beautiful as this looks, it is a little bit more time consuming to open and close, because you have to, you know, use this buckle mechanism to open and close. Honestly, I'm sure if you timed it, it's probably not much of a difference, but in general, this seems more involved. But I'm liking it a lot so far. There are 4 main compartments. There's 1, 2, 3 compartments that are about the same size. They fit about 2 pens or pencils, at least 2 fountain pens, but I was able to fit 3 pens in this rightmost slot. These 3 slots are about the same size, and then this last one can hold quite a bit. I've seen people put mini watercolor tins here. I've seen people put like scissors. I've seen people put smaller notebooks. Unfortunately, my traveler's notebook passport size is too large to fit in there, but I've seen a lot of people be really creative with this pen roll. Right now I have my fancier everyday pens, so I don't own a lot of fountain pens. This is actually my full collection of fountain pens, with the exception of 1 fountain pen that's currently in my work planner. But I tend to keep my other pens here, and as well as some things that I reach for a bit. So I'll just flip through, well, not flip through, I'll show you the different pens that I have in here and then do a little comparison of this pencil case. So right now we have a Sarasa Grand in the brown black colorway. Beautiful, very weighted, love it. My favorite gel pen. This is a Uni Jetstream in a 0.38 nib, or 2.8 actually, and this is one of the best ballpoints ever. And then if there's one pen that you need to buy after watching this, you need to get a pen from Pilot. I don't know why I said pen. You need to buy this Pilot Multi-Ball. This is a magical pen that writes on any surface. It rivals the Sharpie, but it has like a gel-like ink, which is beautiful. You can write on top of washi tape. If you are a mixed media artist, this is the pen for you. I have the 2 limited edition 2021 pens from Lamy. These are the Safari colorways, and this is the Savannah Red and the Olive Green. I don't know the official names, but I just call this the Terracotta and the Olive. It's beautiful. It's my 2 favorite colors, and I think they just add like a vintage feel in my pencil case, and I just love matching the ink with the pen body because these are my 2 favorite colors. I have a Lamy Safari in the clear. I've had this for a while. It's always trusty. And then I have a Pilot Kakuno in the most boring colorway, the gray one. And then we have our smaller mini pens. But before we get to that, I just want to show you a workhorse pen. This is a Pilot Friction multi-ball. This has 3 different like colors in it, and I'm using the 0.38 nib because I like writing fine with this, and this is actually a really good work pen if you like having the ability to erase your inks. Next up, we have 3 of the Kaweco, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's Kaweco sports. These ones I've had for ages. This is the Al Sport in black, so it's very weighted, and this is full aluminum. I really like the weight of this, and I believe I have this in a fine nib, which it feels like a medium, but I think I'm comparing it to something else. Next up, we have another Kaweco in the clear, and I have a really fun Sakura ink in there from Sailor. And then this one, sorry, this clip is always hard to fit in there. I'm just gonna toss that in there. And then this one is the Kaweco Sport. This is actually a limited edition Kaweco, but this is, I feel like, a little bit more special because this is actually supposed to be part of the Kaweco collection, so the engraving should say collection on it. But I got a batch from Yoseka Stationery, which I highly recommend, but they had like a little, I guess, glitch with like the manufacturing, so this actually says sport. So it's kind of cool that this is like one of a kind. Well, not one of a kind, there are a few of these, but it's cool that I have like one of the misprint pens, I guess. And I love this color. I've been loving lavender a lot. And then lastly, I have my Travelers Company brass pen. This pen is a little bit divisive because some people don't like how it writes, but I actually do like how it writes, and I love the satisfying click. It's really satisfying. And yeah, I carry this to work sometimes, but for the most part, this actually lives on my desk because these are the supplies that I use the most. And I love having this open and ready to use, but it's also really easy to kind of set up and bring with me to work, or when I need to go out and I want a journal, I can just bring this. But I wanted to compare it with this smaller, this is, I guess, also from the Superior Labor. I don't know the formal name, but I think it's like the small engineer pouch, maybe in leather, or it could just be just the small pouch. But this is actually what I bring with me everywhere, just because I don't need my fountain pens all the time, but this actually has some art supplies and other things that I use on the daily. It has this beautiful patina. I bought this at Wonder Pens a few years back, I believe in 2018, and I just love how it looks. It's aged beautifully. There are a lot of watermarks and like coffee droplets, and I kind of hate it but also kind of love it because it adds character. And this carries a whole bunch of stuff. I'll just quickly run through everything in here. I have my adhesive of choice, Tombow Mono, some craft post-its. I have this Native Union charging keychain. This was supposed to be a keychain, but it's way too bulky for me, but I just keep it in here because it's cute and it allows me to bring a charger with me. My favorite glue adhesive, this is the Kokuyo Glue, GLOO. It's a square surfaced glue stick, so you can easily glue corners. I have a Sharpie pen, so I can write on top of things, which I want to replace with the Pilot multi-ball, the one that I talked about earlier. We have a, I think it's Pilot? Pentel Aquash brush pen. One of my favorites, a classic. I have some page flags in some fun prints from Daiso. I have some Muji 0.5 lead for my lead pencil. I have a Tombow Fudenosuke soft brush pen. This is a classic for me too. I have an old Uniposca paint pen. I love this. I just label it old because I have a whole bunch of these white ones because I use these so much, and I try to put the one that's kind of at the end of its shelf life in this because I don't normally gravitate towards this when I'm like out and about or at work, but it's just nice to have like a solid white paint pen just because I do want to use this over a regular white gel pen because this is much more reliable for me. I have my trusty ballpoint pen. This is from Delphonics. I have a white one. It was my favorite pen before I got into like fancier pens and gel pens and fountain pens. So this is still trusty. I still keep this around. I have this extremely heavy A.G. Spalding Bros lead pencil. It's brass. I need to probably change the lead because it just went flying. And I won this at a contest at Paperia. And then this is actually usually on my Passport Traveler's Notebook. This is a Zebra. I forget the code, but it's like one of the mini pens. It's super tiny, just a hair shorter than my pinky. Sorry, a hair taller than my pinky. Come on, Job. This is really cool, and it's just a fun fidget if you just need something to play around with. I don't use this that often, but it's nice to have, and usually I would keep this in like a pocket or something because it is so pocketable, but right now it's living in here just so I don't lose it. 2 USBs, I don't know why, but I have 2 of them in here just in case. My not so fun and fancy scissors, these are trusty though, they're small enough, and honestly, even though there are a lot of fancy brands in terms of like smaller scissors, I still like these a lot because you still get like the full, like not full finger holes, like you can't hold it like regular scissors, but it's not like those spring loaded ones because I have a hard time with those. So I really like these, and I am on the lookout for like more aesthetically pleasing ones. I have some, well, this is just one. This is a brass pencil sharpener because I do have some pencils that require sharpening. This is my Traveler's Notebook pencil, brass pencil. I use this a lot. This is probably my most used item here because I use this at work, and it's super tiny. I need to change the refill soon. And then I have a Mitsubishi blue and red pen. Part of me feels like an artist because a lot of artists use this for sketching, but I mean, I just use this for a lot of other things. I don't actually draw on the go that often because I don't feel comfortable drawing in public, but that's something I want to work on once cafes start to open up again. Just have a trusty eraser that broke off. I still like this. I forget the brand, but it erases very well. And then I have a Gecko hand clip just in case I need to hold something down. It's not the best paper clip, but it's very beautiful. And I think I'm going to add these into my pencil case just so I have some extra clips. But this is the one that I've been carrying around just because it's beautiful and it brings me joy. But yeah, this is pretty much like it in terms of what I can fit in here. As you can tell, if you're looking for a pencil case that carries a lot more and keeps your things a lot more secure, I would recommend this one just because it holds so much and it is all secured with a zipper, so that makes it a little bit safer. Whereas this one, oops, I kind of stuffed this weirdly. This is usually not as lumpy. Whereas this one, you know, you have some gaps here where pens could, I mean, they're probably not going to fall off, but it's a little bit less secure because, I mean, this can even happen and things can go flying. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. And I think most people are pretty tamed with their stationery, but it's just something to keep in mind if you're looking for a really, like, secure pencil case. This is probably not the one, but it is beautiful and I think you'll really enjoy handling it because it is really soft and it just looks so beautiful. The olive with this kind of patinaed natural leather, it's kind of matches the leather of my very worn in natural leather pencil pouch from the same brand. But yeah, I think you can't go wrong with either of these. I highly recommend. I believe there are multiple retailers around Canada and North America if you're looking for it. And then if you're in the EU, check out Nomado Shop or Nomado Store because they have a wide range of TSL products. And if you're in Asia, just buy directly from TSL. I hope you found this useful, and I will see you next Monday for another video. Again, I stream on Twitch every Thursdays and Sunday evenings. If you want to catch me live there, it's always a lot of fun, and we like to hang out and get into a lot of general stationary trouble and chaos, but it's always really fun. But until then, I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.